Morning. How's everybody doing today? It's another beautiful day today here in the desert. It's around 70 degrees. The sun's up. Actually, it's been up for a little bit. But it's beautiful out. We had a quail in the tree again, even though it was netted. They were in the lemon tree. And it came out, and I was really surprised that they were in the lemon tree. And then two of them proceeded to be almost stuck. One got loose right away, and then the other one worked its way loose. They are remarkable birds. But what I'm noticing is they're taking turns. The first day, one got stuck in the almond tree, and they haven't been back in the almond tree since then. The second day, one got stuck in the apricot tree, and they haven't been back in the apricot tree since then. Oh, you don't need that. So hopefully they're done with the lemon tree. So the next tree they're probably going to get stuck in is the fig tree. We'll see. We'll find out tomorrow morning, right? That'll be the tell. The zucchini that we planted are doing good. They're adjusting to their new home outside of the humid environment. And I have them planted behind the lemon tree so they'll get some shade because zucchini doesn't really like the intensity of our sun. Hey, good morning. Today's going to be a busy day. It's a bowling day, but we will get those plants out for a little while. Keep hardening them off to get ready to be planted. It looks like later in the week our temperatures will pull back a little bit. Hey, Ron, good morning. So it'll be a good time to continue transplanting out into the garden. Like today, I think it's going to get pretty warm, so it's probably not the perfect day for transplanting, but we'll keep getting those plants out there to harden them off. Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm enjoying this beautiful day. How's the weather in Maine? Hey, Ann, how you doing? Thanks for joining the channel. Good morning. Good morning in our part of the world. Got some beautiful sun today. It feels wonderful. Hi. Oh my gosh, she is like all excited all of a sudden. What is it? Do you just like life? I think that's what it is. So yesterday my husband briefly turned the air conditioning on. It was 77 in the house. Okay, you're in Dubai. That's awesome. Well, welcome from the desert of southern Nevada. So we briefly had the air conditioning on. Normally we kind of try to keep it around 77 in the summer. But what's interesting about living here, and it's not really hot yet, but he was out working under the car and then doing other tasks outside, like helping nut trees and things like that. So by the end of the day, he was pretty hot. So, ooh, well, it's a little warmer for you than yesterday, huh, Ron? So by the end of the day, he was pretty hot. So for him, 77 felt hot, and he turned the air up. But normally we keep it around 77 in the house in the summertime. So we, today I put it back on 77. Most of the time, this time of the year, it doesn't run at all. It's nice to have it though, because you never know when it's going to just suddenly be hot here, which might be by the end of the day, right? We'll see. So, any snow, Ron, or just cloudy? You had like 23 inch snow yesterday, right? Oh, wow, you have an ice jam, huh? Hey, welcome. It looks like we have somebody joining the channel. Are you from Bulgaria? Maybe? I don't recognize your language. Kind of reminds me of some people we know in Bulgaria. You know, somebody that I know a woman who is Canadian American, and she spends time in Nevada, Maine, and Canada. And she was saying that people she knew in Maine were experiencing some flooding. So hopefully you don't have any flooding where you're at. Be safe there. So cloudy, okay. Crazy weather. You know, even though we have so much of concern regarding the water here, one thing's for sure is we don't have flooding, we don't have tornadoes and hurricanes, and so far the ground's been pretty stable. There's been one earthquake that I noticed, and let's see, we've been here almost 8 years. It's hard to believe it. Boy, time flies, right? And occasionally I do feel too hot in like August, maybe September, but man, it's so much easier to deal with than 50 or 60 below, so I'm pretty thankful for that. Although I will say your batteries go dead faster in the heat than they do the cold. I was kind of surprised. Batteries only last 2 years here at the top. Okay, I'm glad you're fine, Ron. We wouldn't want you to get flooded out. Oh, there's a little bird up there. It's a dove. With the dove and the quail this morning. Those quail, I tell you, they're so cute. I put up with them even though they're little troublemakers because they're so dang cute. And their babies are just hysterically funny and really cute. Little fluff balls. Little eggs with legs. They're actually smaller than a chicken egg and they're walking around eating seed by themselves. It's amazing. Plans today. Well, today is a bowling day for Mr. Painter. I'm gonna keep harding off my plants. I'm working on a bowling towel for a friend of his. I need to finish it by tomorrow because they're all getting ready for bowling tournaments. It's kind of a surprise. His wife and I are friends, so she really liked the towel I made my husband. I made my husband a really nice towel. I've made my husband a lot of nice bowling towels. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Walk. I want to get a good walk in today. So not a whole lot today and tomorrow just because we're so busy with him getting ready to bowl. But after that, I'm going to be pretty busy. I'll be between the garden. I did some canning the other day. Plan to do some more canning here soon in the next week or so. More sewing. I really like to work hard on that quilt. I'd love to finish that in my first quilt. It's pretty colorful. I personally wouldn't have picked those colors. The fabric was gifted to me and it was like a whole bunch of colors, so you couldn't have made it with like 3 of the colors. It literally takes like all the fabric. So normally I probably wouldn't do that, but hopefully it turns out good. I'm trying to transition the colors using the colors in each piece to move to the next color transition. I don't know, that's kind of hard to explain, right? We'll see. Usually stuff I do turns out pretty good. Sometimes I'm not always sure in the process. But it is my first quilt, so it won't be perfect. But trying to make it as perfect as possible, right? Thank you. It's fun. I really enjoy learning how to do new stuff. I mean, I have friends that are really into things like Wordle. That's how they work on their brain cells. For me, it's got to be learning how to do something new because sitting there playing with a phone to guess a word game would be, oh, these little guys are cute. I think they're the finches. Yeah, they're the finches. You can see one of them's got kind of a, wait, Meg, stop, wait for me. One of them's kind of, the male's got like a red, oh, that's a female up there. Can I find her? That's a female. Where'd the male go? Oh, he probably flew the tree. Oh well, that's okay. All right, mommy's coming. She's impatient. She's like, this is my walk. This isn't for you, Mom. This is for me. Come on. Sorry, I'm trying to get there we go. Yeah, I'm a do-it person, not a sit-around person. I think that's a good thing, though. If you always have things that you're working on, you always got a reason to live, right? I think you live longer. I think people that retire and then just sit a lot, it's not so good. I knew people that worked 30 years to get that full retirement in. And some of them were dead a year later because their idea of life was work for 30 years and then just sit. And I don't know, I can't imagine that. Maybe they worked so hard they had nothing left. Obviously, there's a chipmunk hole and maybe one's in it. You're not going to get that. Yep, thanks. I'm glad you feel that way. It's everybody's personal journey, though, you know. You're not going to catch it, Meg. I'm not sure that breathing that dirt's that good for you either. You're crazy. Look at that. She is so fixated. Tell you, one night, back when she was still willing to go out in the yard to use the bathroom at night, there was a rat in the yard, and it was in the hose reel tower thingy. And I couldn't figure out why she had her nose stuffed in the nose reel trying to smell it. And all of a sudden there's this flash of movement across the yard and she takes off after it. So apparently her breed, being part terrier, is pretty fixated on rodents. Meg, you're going to have no dirt up your nostrils. Come on, Meg. Come on. Good girl. You scared it. Good job. That's my girl. It's too bad she doesn't want to spend more time in the yard. You'd probably keep all those critters out, right? They wouldn't like her much. It is another glorious day. I'm so thankful for it. I'm enjoying this. Beautiful blue sky. No sky art. All right, we're just going to dig because it's fun. If it makes you happy, just keep digging. She must be looking for the spot. She says I'll do a little digging in between. Hey Ron, thanks. It's definitely challenging learning to garden in the desert, but it's totally worth it. And we try to be really mindful of how we use the water. We don't use any more water than any other household, so I think we're doing a pretty good job. You know, I hear a lot of criticism by people that think, oh, if you live in the desert, you shouldn't have plants. And then I say, well, you've got a swimming pool. But we don't use any more water than the average household, so I think we're doing pretty good. And I'm doing what I enjoy. And my husband supports me in that. He's always happy to eat anything that we manage to grow. And that's how we roll. Thank you. I couldn't live any place where I couldn't have some kind of plant life growing. That's in my blood. Come from a long line of gardeners. I'll always be growing something, no matter how old I get. Although Mr. Painter's about tired of stringing nuts on trees. That's hard work. We're going to be like, we put all this nut on these trees, and the birds got in anyway, and now we got to cut the net out, because it's like really sticks to the branches when you use that. I'm not good at terminology on types of nets, but it's okay. I kind of feel like the quail, once they get stuck in it and they freak out, they're like, hey, don't go in that tree. I almost got caught yesterday, right? At least I hope that's what they think. I don't know how much birds think. They seem like they're pretty clever, though. They actually got in. I think they walk under the net. Maybe they duck their heads and push or something when they don't have a plan on how they're going to get out, but they succeed at getting out. It's like they freak out and they beat their wings really hard and somehow they magically get loose. That's their technique. But we're going to try to get a little longer walk in today. I like to get some little exercise burst in my week, you know. Can't run anymore, but I can go for a longer walk. And sure appreciate y'all joining in today. Thanks, Ron. It's always nice to hear from you. Hope y'all have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.